Hi guys, so today we're in St. David's Church in Bridgetown, just outside Webster town itself, and we're going to have a look at some headstones. In loving memory of Frances Maria Kendrick Mulrankin, and she died the 23rd of August 1954, aged just 18. And also her brother David Edward Eddie Kendrick, and he died May 2017 and he was 88, loved by family and friends. And we have some tombs here, but unfortunately can't read them. And we have some new headstones here. And this is Patricia Brown. Died June 1919, she was 55. And we have Mary. She died in 1986 and she was 59. And then this one is for the Brown family. William Brown, 1837, age 70. Samuel Brown, 1869, age 63. His wife Mary, who died in 1896, age 87. Thomas Brown, 1876, he was 26. William Brown, 1920, age 75. And his wife Harriet, 1930, age 76. There's a John William Brown, a Joshua Brown, Samuel Brown, Thomas Brown, and his wife Ethel. And there's a William Brown down at the bottom, much more recent, in February 2019. And beside that then we have, in loving memory, children of William and Harriet Brown, Mary J, Susan J. Mary J died 1884, she was just 1. Susan J died 1887, aged 2. William died in 1888, aged just 1. And baby Brown died 1896, 1 day old. And that's extremely sad, all those little children. So as you can see, there's a mix of the old and some new. We've had another tomb there, but unfortunately that can't be read either. So we'll take a walk down along here and see what we can read. No writing on that, unfortunately. And nothing on them either. Another tomb there, and we've a rail, and inside holds a tomb, but it seems that a lot of the older ones can't be read. We've William with Taker or Take Up, and there's a Mary as well, 1890, age 22. And the detail there on the rail. And that, as I said, is St. David's Church, and it's Church of Ireland. We've 2 huge tombs there. Henry Archer, And there's 1839 there, and it looks like he was just 31. And there's a verse there, but it's too hard to read. I'm sorry, it's actually 1836, and you might hear there now the crows, and in the background we've thunder, and there is a storm on the way, so I'm going to try and get this done. Down there at the bottom we have Eleanor Kathleen Tanner, 1866, and her husband William, 1975. That one can't be read either. And we have this little one here. In loving memory of Aunt Daisy, Mary Frances Tanner, Cairn, died the 8th of May 1983, and she was 93. So a good age there for Aunt Daisy. And look at the size of the tombs. They are huge. But unfortunately, I can't see any writing at all on that one. And look at that. Completely overgrown. But inside there is a monument. But unfortunately, it can't be read. But can you imagine years ago how that would have stood? We've one here on the ground as well. So unfortunately there's lots of the graves can't be read. But we'll keep going. And there's a lot of lichen and moss on them. That one is quite a nice design. And I can't see any writing on that one. And you can see the lichen is quite thick on this one. But once again, nothing to read. And a lovely cross there, and one in the background as well. And we have some grave markers as well here. I love those ones as well. The cross on top of it. I can see here at the bottom, William C. Walker, Killinick, July 1964. We have a lovely granite cross there. Once again, I just can't read them. So here we have Thomas Henry. He died the 19th of March 1976, and he was 61, and his wife Vera Joan Neesmith, and she died in 2008. She was 91 when she died, and this one now is completely cemented in and over, which leads me to believe that there'll be no one else going in there. We have this tomb here in memory of Ivory Brown, Esquire, Tilla Bards, Esquire, who after a life of 74 years, and then I can't read, a charity and benevolence maybe, him the No, it's too hard to read. Some of it is very clear and some of it is just very hard to read. And I think that's 1805 there. And I'm trying to see if I can find his age. And unfortunately I can't. But that looks like ivory brown. Excuse me. And we come to this one. This is fabulous. And we have the rail around it. And look at that. Lovely designs on it. And I'll see if I can move in to read it. It's William Walker of Wexford. And can't really read the rest of it. 63. But I've just noticed that around the rails there's a gate, and I'm going to see if I can get in a bit closer. So there's an 1866 here, and it looks like 56. So William Walker of Wexford, he was an humble, pious, devoted Christian and eminent for his charity and faith after an honourable and something life. He fell asleep in Jesus on the, looks like 14th of October 18, that could be 35, aged 53. I know what my Redeemer, it's too hard to read. And there's Elizabeth, his wife, is there as well, and she's 1867, she was 69 years. But look at that. And with the rail around it. I'll see if I can get back out safely. Now, this is Georgina, who died January the 17th, 1917. She was 37. And of William John Reid, Australia Imperial Force, who was killed in action in France October the 29th, 1918. Also her sister Elizabeth Reid. And Elizabeth died in 1951, she was 73. And her sister Susan died May 28, 1953, aged 70. So William John Reid, Australia Imperial Force, and he was killed in action in France in 1918. And as you can see, it's changed from being sunny to getting darker, and the forecast has said there's a storm, and I've heard thunder in the background. Now look at these in behind the rail, and we've two of them, and I don't see any gate in. This one is actually sinking into the ground. There's great detail on those as well, and it's completely overgrown. But look at the rails. And we've another one here. Now at one stage there was a tree just there, and I think what happened is it fell over and probably laid across these graves, possibly did some damage as well, because it's been cut down since. And with this one, it's broken You can see the rails are at the bottom. And unfortunately, there's nothing to read on that. But here anyway, we've Thomas Reid. He was 77 when he died in 1963. And Sarah Reid is beside him. And her son George, October 1961. And George died only in 2016. He was 88. Sarah was 77, and we've some fresh flowers there. We've another tombstone here. Sacred to the dear memory of Samuel Tench, Esquire JP, of Ballyhealy House, County Wexford, who departed this life May the 13th, 1859, and he was 46. And that one is in actually surprisingly good condition. And from what I can see, there's possibly maybe a bit of a wall, and that there would have been part of a railing at some stage. So we have another railed one in here, and we'll see if we can just get in to have a look. We've Mary here, Jeffers, March 1875, she was 32. Also her infant son James, 18th of November 1865 it looks like, and her husband James Jeffers, June 1926, and he was 85. And then there's Eleanor Walker there, Stevenson, daughter of James and Mary Jeffers, 1964, and I'm not sure of the age there. We've William Jeffers here, 22nd of December 1849, he was 81, and his wife Elizabeth, she was 84 when she died in 1858, and their son William, and it looks like he was only aged 5, is it? 1868. It's hard to read the rest of it. There's an 1864 there, alright, 55 years. And their children. But unfortunately I can't read the rest of that. But that's actually like a lead plate for the letters. And what happens is over time they fall off. This is Emily Rosslair, 1908, age 68, and her husband Let Seeley Jeffers, July 1922, and he was 86. And there's the St. David's Church there in the background. And like most Church of Ireland's, I've noticed that they're more than likely closed up. And that gate can't be closed anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, they're mostly closed, and I think it's open every first Sunday of the month, and maybe every second Monday or Sunday of the month as well. Eliza Sharp, I think it is, and Thomas. There's Robin, I think, there as well. But the date is completely covered with ivy on that one. Sacred to the memory of Mark, and it looks like White, late of Castletown, who departed this life the 13th of May 1805, possibly 87 years. We have this small little cross here, and another railed tomb, and the rails are almost completely gone, rusted away and fallen down. Here lieth the body of James Kinsella, 1834. And the one beside us, there's no writing to be read. So we come across here now. And we've one there on the ground, and we've this one. And it's broken in half, but we'll see if we can read it. It looks like it's quite clear. To the memory of Elizabeth Boxwell. And there's the Boxwells again, so that's interesting. Alias Let, wife of Samuel Boxwell of Lingstown, Esquire, who departed this life September the 18th. And instead of a year or a date, we have this, and I'll have to look that up to see what that actually means. And it says, in the flower of her age, this stone is erected by her husband as a memorial, this affectionate remembrance of her virtues, it looks like. And these are all under trees, so they're covered in all sorts of debris. In memory of John Harvey Boxwell of Lingstown and Hermitage, born the 1st of July 1804, died the 7th of January 1890. Also of his wife, beloved woman who died June, and it looks like the 1900s there, in her 88th year, at Hermitage of Wexford. John Harvey Boxwell died July 2nd, 1912. Buried in London. Also in memory of Frank Boxwell, it looks like, oldest son of the above, 1893. Born February 1833 and died January 1923. And also their second son, William Tanner, 1918, he died. Buried in Cheshire, it looks like. Second daughter, Mary, 1924. And there's a Frank Harvey Boxwell, 1874, died 1936, and his wife Sarah, and she died in 1944. And then we have this at the bottom of it, Gladys Mary Boxwell. That looks like Keelogues, 1885 maybe to 1971. So, as I said, it's under a lot of trees, so hence the amount of leaves and kind of water lying on top of it. And I presume this is Boxwell as well. Here lieth the body of John Boxwell of Lingstown, who departed his life the 29th of May 1792, aged 26, and also his brother Francis Boxwell, who departed this life April 25th, 1823 in his, that to me looks like 33. And the body of Mary Boxwell, the beloved wife of the latter, who died 14th day of April 1851. And I think she was 74 when she died. And we come here then, and I think this is Boxwell as well. Sarah Lowe Boxwell, who died March the 10th, 1884, aged 69, and also her husband Francis Boxwell, who died June 9th, 1895, aged 85, and their grandson Francis Jeffers Tilson Boxwell of HMS Good Hope, who perished in the naval action of the Chilean coast November the 1st, 1914. And Francis was only 34. So of the HMS Good Hope, who perished in the naval action off the Chilean coast November the 1st, 1914, aged 34. So that's very interesting. And we have the dove here, and lilies and ivy. Now the name seems to be gone off that, but I wonder are the Boxwells as well. There's John Harvey, I think that's Boxwell, and his sister maybe. Boxwell, I'm not sure the first name, who died 23rd September 1904, aged 64, and also Sarah Dorothy Boxwell, who died 14th of January 1914, aged 75, and also Annie Harvey Davis Nee Boxwell, who died 16th of March 1930, aged 71, and the above John Harvey Boxwell died 15th of January 1940, aged 84, and his niece, it looks like, Sarah Mary Boxwell, 1953 maybe, aged, it looks like she was aged 82. And you can hear the crows gathering above us in the trees, and it's usually a good sign that the weather is about to change. We've Samuel Morrison here, 1926, his wife Margaret, 1959, and their youngest daughter Ethel died 25th of October 2001, and she was 74. And once again the tombstone is full of lichen and can't be read. And we have this nice one here, Matthew Webster. It's like a lily there, and that looks like marble to me. And he died January maybe 1910, and he was 54, and also his daughter Letitia Ann maybe, who died June 1914, aged just 10, it looks like. 10 years and 10 months, and also his daughter Adelaide Maud, March 1918, and her name was fondly known as Maudie, it looks like, and I think that's aged 20 years. And there's Letitia Ann Webster, but I can't make out a date there. And then there's Edward Ernest Webster, 1949, aged just 48, and William Francis Webster, 1964, and he was 63, I think. So Letitia, Adelaide, Matthew, William, Edward, all great names. So we have another tombstone here, and see if I can make it out. It looks like Edward James, who departed this life the 23rd, 1862, and he was 47. S-H-A-R-P-E, Sharp maybe? Edward James Sharp. And the 25th of December 1862, aged 47. We have another tombstone here with Webster on it, and I think this is Mary. She died in 1916, and I think Mary was 73. Here lieth the body of Mrs. Elizabeth Cook, wife to Richard Cook of Ballyharty, who departed this life on the 17th day of October 1837, aged 55. Also Richard Cook, who departed this life January the 29th, 1865, aged 83. If we have been planted together in the likeness of his death, we shall be in the likeness of his resurrection, I think that says there. So you'll have to forgive me, we're quite near a road and it's busy enough. This is Cook as well. Is it Mary? And she departed her life November 18, either 61 or 01. But look at the way this is covered in that lichen. And it looks like a daughter, but everything else is just who departed this life 1850, maybe 3. We've Florence Sparrow here, and she died in 1989, and John as well, 1992. So just here beside Florence we have in loving memory of George Edward Hawkins, late of Liverpool 1924 to 1994. And Sydney Wilma June Hawkins 1937 to 2013, who die in the Lord their labours. Blessed are the dead they rest from, who die in the Lord their labours. So this is, as I said, Church of Ireland, St. David's Church, and you can see these lovely windows. And actually we've lots of these along the side, and it seems to go right up, and it has this mysterious handle on it. So my question to ye is, what is it? I have no idea. I've never seen it before. And as I said, we have a number of them. That one there, there's no handle on that one or the next one. And look at this. little door here. So I'd wonder what that is as well. We'll have to see if we can open it. Ooh! And we have lots of cobwebs. I'm too short to see inside it, so I don't know how far it goes in. If any of you can see. And I think we'll definitely close that one up. Oh. And then we have this beautiful door. But we'll take a quick walk just to show you the start, or where I started the video, and give you a proper look at the church. We would have the bells up there, I presume, and it looks like there was something at some stage up there, like a plaque, or maybe even the original church name. And we have those grids here again, so I'd be very interested if anyone knows what they're for, to let me know down in the comments. And as I said, anything I see in edit or any information I have, I put it up. And this would have been a beautiful, or is a beautiful, stained glass window, but I'd say due to possibility of vandalism, it's covered up, which is a great idea really, but a pity, because we don't get to see it. But yes, some very interesting and very old graves, and a lot of tombs as well. And two very unique trees that I've never seen around the area. I think there is some down in Rossler Harbour, but I've never seen them in a graveyard. And actually, maybe you can see it there. There's lovely detail on the top of that. But for now, guys, I'll say goodbye. Take care. And God bless.